Shalom, family. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Can we get a quick audio and video check? Good, quick sound check, if we could. Let me know how we sound. Good audio, good video.
Yeah, we good.
Good to go.
How we sound. Good.
All praises, all praises. Take it away, brothers.
All right, Israel, right in the face, E. Brothers, cover your head. Uncover your head. Sisters, cover your head. Israel, blow trumpet. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
All praises. All right, family. Shalom, shalom. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings to you all. Of course, we know what today is in the earth. And as I was being vexed yesterday's class with the sound of bombs bursting in the air, okay, I had an epiphany to do a class in regards to the understanding of that day, and it goes far deeper than certain independence and all this other stuff. It goes deeper than that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna examine what's really going on in regards to the fireworks, the ultimate firework. We're gonna deal with that. Okay. Heirs of Israel, the ultimate firework. That's what today's class is going to be about. I want y'all to really pay attention. I want y'all to really, you know what I'm saying, get your Bibles, get your notepads. We're about to bring out some information that's not readily brought out or brought forth, okay, in regards to this day. We always talk about voting and it's independence and you was in chains. And we all know that. Everybody know the history. It's no disguise. It's not hidden. Everybody understands that history. Okay, so we're gonna delve a little deeper into this into this day and understand what it's really about. We're gonna get to the root of what this day is really about. You think it's about independence, these people gaining independence, things of that nature. We're gonna show you something far evil, far deviant. Okay, we're gonna start at the book of Psalms, chapter 64. Now, Psalms chapter 64. I want you to start at verse 6 for me, bro.
Psalms chapter 64 and verse 6.
As a matter of fact, start at 5.
Verse 5. They encourage themselves in the evil matter.
So the wicked encourage themselves in the evil matter. We understand based upon class yesterday who the wicked is. The earth is given into their hands. Okay. One of the chief of the wicked, the border of wickedness, as you read Obadiah and Malachi. Okay. The chiefest of the wicked is Esau, the so-called white man according to the Bible. Okay. It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. So they encourage themselves in evil. Okay. Read.
They commune of laying snares privily, and they say, who shall see them?
So they lay traps and snares privily. They get you entangled in things secretly that you don't even understand. You don't even fathom why you're doing the things you do. So when you see our people celebrating this day, knowing that you were in chains, knowing that you popping fireworks, understand that you were looking at them things while enslaved. Okay. And now you're doing it as though it's your day, as though it's your custom, as though it's your heritage. There's something wrong with that. But it just goes to show that the wicked, they're doing a hell of a job. They're doing a bang up job. I'm telling you, They're doing a bang up job confounding us. Come on.
They search out iniquities.
So they do an exhaustive search for evil, for sin, ways to keep you in the midst of sin. Okay, they do a hell of a job searching out evil, so that they can keep us in evil. All right, come on.
They accomplish a diligent search.
They accomplish a diligent search. Proof of that is what we're going to bring forth today. The diligent search of what they brought forth on this day. Okay, they got you wanting to barbecue and shoot fire into the air, but we're going to show you the ultimate fire. We're going to show you the ultimate fire. All right, come on.
Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
So the inward thought of all of them is deep. Is deep, right? So we're going to examine the diligent search that they've actually done. Okay, the diligent search that they've actually done. So let me share my screen. Give me 1 second. Let me share my screen. I hope I can share it. Can y'all see that there?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Let me try one more time. So I got some historical insight or information in regards to your fireworks that brothers and sisters blast off on this day, right? On this day, I got some historical documentation I want y'all to see. So this is they're shooting them right now. It's pouring down raining. It just stopped for a second. Now they out there blasting these fireworks. I want y'all to understand something. Why light firecrackers on Chinese New Year's? Because who created fireworks? Who started this thing? It was a custom. It's a custom of Moab and Ammon. But watch this. In traditional Chinese culture, firecrackers were originally used to scare away evil spirits. They were used to scare away evil spirits. So it's a religious connotation behind fireworks or firecrackers. All right? It says, as the legend goes, a monster called Nian would come out and eat villagers and destroy their houses on each New Year's Eve. The villagers discovered that burning dry bamboo to produce an explosive sound scared away the monster. So they say this monster, Nian, which we're gonna see what they really believe about Nian. It says this monster would come out and eat villagers, okay, and on the New Year's. So they would pop these things off to scare Nian away. All right. Can we check YouTube? It says we're frozen.
Yeah, it's frozen. Yeah, it's black.
Let me go to restream. Give me 1 second.
It's back on there.
Is it? Are we good? Okay. Are we good on we good on Facebook? We good on YouTube?
Good on YouTube, and let me check Facebook.
I see us on Facebook. We good to go. All praises. I don't know what's going on, man. Something going on. It's crazy. It ain't on our end. I don't know. All right, let's jump back into this dot real quick, man. I'm not sure what was heard. Let's see. So second. Go ahead and share that. All right, we're back. We're good. We're back. We're up. All praises. All right. So, go ahead and share this screen here. So, in Chinese tradition, now we know the Chinese are descendants of who? Moab. Chinese are the descendants of Moab, and they use these firecrackers to scare away evil spirits, primarily one known as Nian. Nian, Nian, right? So, let me see. Here we go. Now, Nian, we're going to give the legend or history of Nian that they worship or that they're afraid of, the monster. It says, according to the legend in ancient China, there lived a monster called Nian, which means year. So Nian means year. So they're afraid of each new year, each lunar new year. What's the lunar new year? What is the lunar new year? Can somebody answer that? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
What is the lunar new year? How do we mark our new year?
Beginning in January.
That's the new year?
No. I'm sorry.
The lunar new year?
Oh, I'm sorry. The new moon. I'm sorry.
Okay, new moon marks the new year. So what's our new year?
Yeah.
What is our new year?
The month of Abib.
Okay. What happens in the month of Abib?
That's the beginning of our new year.
Okay. Between where? March and April, right?
Yes.
What happens during the time of March and April?
Passover. It's the Passover. It's the beginning of.
It's
spring.
what? It's Passover, right?
Yes.
So the new moon marks the new year, okay? And within that new year is our Passover, right? Oh, we all clear, all hearts and mind clear. It's not a trick question. All right? Now I want y'all to pay attention. What happened on our Passover? What happened on our Passover? Crops were destroyed. The firstborn were destroyed. The Most High destroyed the cattle, all these different things, right? Now, I want y'all to pay attention to Nian, or whatever they want to call it, okay? Because they're popping these fireworks to stop Nian. I want y'all to remember that. According to the legend, in ancient China, there lived a monster called Nian, which means year. So each new year, they were scared that Nian would come and do these specific things. It says that would attack villages every lunar new year, eating livestock, so killing the livestock, killing the crops, and even people, especially children. What happened during Passover? The firstborn was put to death. The firstborn child was put to death. The crops were destroyed. People were destroyed. The livestock were destroyed. So who are they shooting these fireworks to ward off? The Most High. And they call him a monster. Nian, they're calling him a monster. I want y'all to understand the practices that we are partaking in. Okay? The first fire and brimstone being cast down happened when? The first fire and brimstone, the first fireworks happened when?
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Sodom and Gomorrah. Who was involved with Sodom and Gomorrah? Who was involved in Sodom and Gomorrah?
The Most High, he's the one that destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yes, but you have Lot and you have his daughters,
Right.
who is the father and mother of Moab and Ammon, the Chinese and the Japanese that we know of today. We got to pay attention to what's going on here. So they're trying to ward off. They seen the real fireworks happening, so they figured if they shoot fire into the sky, it could ward off these evil spirits, as they call them. Okay, the spirit is evil upon them because it's killing them, destroying the livestock, things of that nature. They seen this before. They know the history of what's going on. That's the point. This is the point. They know the history of what happened in Egypt. They know the history of what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah. They know these things. Okay, so they're popping these fireworks into the air. We're gonna get a little bit more insight on this thing, but they're trying to ward off Nian, which means year. So at the beginning of the lunar year, they pop these things off to ward off evil spirits. Now, fireworks. So fireworks were originally, I'm reading here. Fireworks were originally invented in China. One of the cultural practices for fireworks was to scare away evil spirits. One of which was called Nian, who was destroying livestock, people, and even children. Okay, cultural events and festivities such as Chinese New Year and Mid-Autumn Moon Festival were and are still times when fireworks are guaranteed sightings. So they fire off these fireworks during these specific events. Okay, the earliest fireworks came from China during the Song Dynasty, 960 to 1279. Fireworks were used to accompany many festivals. I'm gonna jump down. In China, pyrotechnics were respected for their knowledge of complex techniques in mounting fireworks displays. Chinese people originally believed that the fireworks could expel evil spirits and bring about luck and happiness. Okay, so they were shooting off these fireworks to ward off these evil spirits. One of them was Nian, okay, which came down to destroy crops and destroy the first of the flocks and things of that nature. What is going on? All right, one was called Nian. And one was that's just one of many evil spirits, quote unquote, that they say that it stops and it brings about luck and happiness. All right. One more article before we dive into the scripts. The history of fireworks. It says from the Holy Spirit to the fires of hell. Now this guy, this Edomite here, he goes through. One second. Y'all can't see what I'm reading?
I don't see it on Facebook.
And it's not on YouTube either.
Did it disappear? What's going on?
I just put a black screen.
All right,
I'm a black screen.
All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna stop sharing. I'm gonna send this to you, brothers. I want Ben Zion, if you could, I'm gonna send this to you, brother. We gonna get this going. I don't want no trouble, man. Hey. All right, as I send them to you, just put them up there for me.
Okay.
All right, that's one. I want the people to see this thing, man. I want them to see this. All right, y'all bear with us for a second. Please bear with us for a second. All right, that should be all of them. That should be all of them. Give us 1 second. We getting it together. We getting it together. I really want, and we're gonna share these links as well, so y'all can go back and research these things for yourself too. Okay.
All right, I got them all up. Let me kind of share. Which one do you want me to pull up?
We'll start over. I want the Chinese highlight. China highlights.
Okay.
Oh, let me minimize that. All right, go to the history of let me see. Wildlife firecrackers. Go up. Could you remove that ad right there? You can't remove it.
Can't remove it.
Click why this ad. Close it. Close that. What the heck, man? Can you refresh it? The ad is right on the part I need to see. There we go. All right. So it says, why light firecrackers on Chinese New Year, right? Because this is primarily where the firecrackers came from. All right. Bro, you need ad block plus. Just hit continue. Oh no, it's trying to get you down. Just click out of that. Click out. Go back. Yeah, go back. It says, as legend goes, a monster called Nian would come out to eat villagers and to destroy their houses. Destroy their houses on each New Year's Eve. The villagers discovered that burning dry bamboo to produce an explosive sound scared away the monster. So they created fireworks or firecrackers with bamboo. They would burn bamboo, and when it popped, that's why the firecrackers got that loud pop, pop. Y'all hear the pop, the bangs, all this, that, and the third. Okay, it derived from this here, from them trying to scare away or ward off an evil monster called Nayun. Right now, from there, that's what I want you to see. As y'all, when we release this document, I want y'all to go through this documentation yourself so you can kind of see what we're talking about. Now I want the article from the Star. Scroll down. Right below the video, it says, according to legend, in ancient China, there lived a monster called Nian, which means year. So Nian means year. So they're shooting off these fireworks to ward off the evil year. Okay? To ward off the evil year. They hate the beginning of the year for some reason. I wonder why. Right? It says, in ancient China, there lived a monster called Nian, which means year, that would attack villages every lunar year, eating livestock, crops, and even people, especially children. So this spirit, the evil spirit they were trying to ward off, that they called Nian, they said would eat livestock, crops, and even people, including children. Okay, when you examine the history of the Exodus, and they understand the history, we examine the history of the Exodus. What was destroyed? Livestock, children, crops, people. All right. So in all actuality, they're trying to ward. In the beginning of the year is when that thing happened. The lunar year is when it happened. All right. So they pop off these fireworks trying to ward off that evil spirit. Well, it's evil to them. It's not evil to us. They're trying to ward off this evil spirit, so to speak. Okay. Now from there, I want you to go to the wiki under fireworks. The third paragraph down. It says fireworks were originally invented in China. Okay? Fireworks was originally invented in China. All right? One of the cultural practices for fireworks was to scare away evil spirits. So it had a religious connotation attached to it, a religious stigma attached to that thing. Fireworks was always known to them to ward away evil spirits. Well, how did that become a custom of everybody and everywhere? Well, as we read in Psalm 64, okay, the wicked, they do a diligent search. They seek out iniquity. Who's some of the main buyers of fireworks today? Our people. We're not the main producers. We're the main consumers of this garbage. Everybody in miles around, they just firing fireworks in the air, not even understanding where they come from. What they're about. Okay, the origin of those things. They don't know. They don't understand that. Okay, they just shoot them things in the air and say, "Woohoo! let's go grill out, let's do that. Not knowing you worshiping and you and you partaking in religious customs. All right, deadly religious customs. That's going to result in the real fireworks coming down, the ultimate fireworks coming through. All right. It says fireworks were originally invented in China. One of the cultural practices for fireworks was to scare away evil spirits. Cultural events and festivities such as Chinese New Year's and Mid-Autumn Moon Festival were and are still times when fireworks are guaranteed sightings. Jump down, scroll down for me. The first paragraph, right there. Let me see. It says the earliest fireworks came from China during the Song Dynasty. Fireworks were used to accompany many festivities. The art and science of firework making has developed into an independent profession. I'm gonna jump down. Chinese people originally believed that the fireworks could expel evil spirits and bring about luck and happiness. So, in all their religious acts or religious occurrences, you're gonna see fireworks. Why? Because they're trying to ward off evil spirits. Ward off evil spirits. What evil spirits are they trying to ward off? Well, the spirit that came to kill livestock, crops, people, even children. We know who that is. Who is that? What spirit is that? Spirit of the Lord. Okay, and they think that firing these things off is gonna make that happen. All right. Go to the history. The AmericanPyro.com, history of fireworks. That one right there. So it says many historians believe fireworks originally were developed in the 2nd century BC. It is believed that the first natural firecrackers were bamboo stalks that, when thrown in fire, would explode with a bang and because of overheating and of the hollow air pockets in the bamboo. The Chinese believed these natural firecrackers would ward off evil spirits. So the ancient fireworks was pieces of bamboo. They threw it in the fire, and the bang that they heard or pop or crack that they heard, they thought it would ward off evil spirits. It would ward off evil spirits. Okay. Sometime during the 600 and 900 AD, legend has it that Chinese alchemists mixed potassium nitrate, sulfur, and charcoal to produce a black, flaky powder, the first gunpowder. This powder was poured into hollow-out bamboo sticks, forming the first man-made fireworks. So, the first man-made fireworks, they come from Moab. Okay? And fireworks made their way to Europe in the 13th century and 15th century. So that's when America began to, Europe and Rome and all of them, the European countries, that's when they began to pop fireworks and things of that nature, following what Moab was doing, following what the Chinese was doing. Okay? European rulers were especially fond of the use of fireworks to enchant their subjects and illuminate their castles on important occasions. So when the Europeans adopted it, it was to enchant their subjects, their slaves, enchant their slaves and illuminate their castles on occasions. So on important occasions, it would illuminate their castle and enchant their subjects. As we were enchanted in 1776 in chains with the same doggone fireworks. The same fireworks. Early U.S. settlers brought their love of fireworks, scroll up for me, brought their love of fireworks with them to the new world, and fireworks were the very first part of the very first Independence Day, a tradition that continues every 4th of July. So we see how it came all the way from China, okay, from bamboo being thrown into the fire to gunpowder being added to now these are common occurrences to enchant their subjects and to illuminate their castles. Okay, hope y'all following. It says a tradition that continues every 4th of July when we celebrate as John Adams had hoped. This is one of the bastards that did that diligent search. With pomp, parade, bonfires, and illuminations from one end of the continent to the other. America's spirit of celebration. America's spirit of celebration. So this thing is spiritual, man. And they're using these fireworks to enchant you. Okay? To make you want to partake in those things. Now today, we're one of the number one, you know what I'm saying? It was a football player. Dude blew his damn fingers off. Blew his fingers off. Almost ended his career trying to partake in these customs. Okay? And it mentions that pump. That pump is very, very serious right there, man. That thing is very serious. Go to Isaiah real quick. Isaiah, because John Adams, his hope was to, it says, on 4th of July, a tradition that continues. So he wanted this tradition to continue when we celebrate as John Adams had hoped, with pomp, parade, bonfires, and illuminations. So he hoped that this thing would continue on forever and ever and ever. Okay, that's what his hope was. That America's spirit of celebration would continue on. All right. So how they celebrate is spirits behind that. Everybody need to understand this. There's spirits behind how they celebrate. Go to Isaiah 14 real quick. 14. I want you to start at verse 1.
Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them. They shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
So this is talking about when we shall possess the nations as servants and handmaids. We're going to take them to our place and possess them. They're going to be our subjects. We're not going to be subject to them so that they can enchant us with their fireworks and illumination of their castles and lights and things of that nature. They're going to be our servants. They're going to serve us as servants and handmaids. Stop sharing your screen, bro. Read on.
And they shall take them captives, who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord will give thee rest from their sorrows, and from their fears, and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve.
Come on.
That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon.
So we're gonna take up this proverb, this saying against the king of Babylon. Okay, this hadn't come to pass yet. We're gonna take up this saying against the king of Babylon. Read.
They say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased.
So we're gonna say, how has the oppressor ceased? When this place is destroyed, when it's brought down, we're gonna say, how has the oppressor ceased? How has this golden city ceased? Come to an end, been brought to naught. Come on.
The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked.
So the Lord is going to break the Lord is going to break the staff, the power, the dominion of the wicked. Come on.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continuing stroke, that he ruled the nations in anger. He persecuted, and none hither.
Read.
The whole earth is at rest and is quiet.
So when they're brought down, the whole earth is going to be at rest. Everything's going to be quiet. You ain't going to hear no damn firecrackers. You ain't going to hear none of that popping off. The whole earth is going to be at rest. The whole earth is going to be quiet when this place is thrown down. Read on.
Yea, the fir tree rejoiced at thee.
So even the fir trees are going to be happy. The trees are going to rejoice. Come on.
Saying, since thou art laid down, no fuller is come up against us.
So since this nation is destroyed, no feller. What's a feller? Someone who cuts down trees. Okay? Since they've been laid down, no feller has come upon us. Come on.
Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirs up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from thy throne all the kings of the nations.
Read.
All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak? Are we?
So we're gonna look at the nation and say, are you become as the nation's gonna look around? Are you become as weak as we? Are you become as weak as us? Because who's the most powerful nation on this earth right now? America.
I say,
Yes. Okay. Read.
art thou become like unto us?
Are you become like unto us? Are you become weak as us? Come on.
Thou pump is brought down to the grave.
Thy what?
And pump is brought down to the grave.
Thy pump has been brought down to the grave. Thy pump has been brought down to the grave. Let's see what John Adams had hoped again. Go back to the article. The scripture says thy pump has been brought down to the grave. Bring that article back up for me. It says early U.S. settlers brought their love of fireworks with them to the New World, and fireworks were part of the very first Independence Day. A tradition that continues every 4th of July, when we celebrate as John Adams had hoped, with pomp, parade, bonfires, and illuminations from one end of this continent to the other. America's spirit of celebration. Okay? It's spiritual. There's spirits behind this, how you celebrate, the things you celebrate. John Adams knew this. Okay? And he wanted to pump the parade and bonfires to continue on forever. Okay? How? Popping off those fireworks to ward off those evil spirits, like what they did in China. Okay? What Moab initially began. They did that diligent search to find out exactly how they did what they did. This is they said this is let me see. This is a $56 million booster. It gives a $56 million boost to the local economy. During the time that this was written. Okay. So, and us in particular, we're spending majority of that money right there. The so-called blacks, Hispanics. It's crazy. So that's just on fireworks. That ain't on what you use to grill and partake and celebrate these days. That's just on fireworks alone. Okay? But majority of our people, they have no knowledge in regards to where these things come from. Okay? How these things came about. While we're using doggone fireworks to begin with. Okay? They begin to actually use these things as symbols in the air. They actually make castles, make holy spirits, and things of that nature. Okay, so now they're using this thing. They're using them on different levels. But I want y'all to see, man. Esau in particular did a diligent search to figure out how to keep us in iniquity. And one thing we love more than anything is popping off fireworks on 4th of July. Shooting your guns in the air to hear that pow pow or pop pop of those cracks. Okay? And who's the perpetrator of these things? Moab. All right? Moab. But let's examine the real fire. Let's examine some real fireworks. Go to Genesis 19. And let's see why Moab would want to try to ward these things off. Genesis 19. Genesis 19. And we're sorry for the technical difficulties, man. I don't know what's been going on here lately. We're gonna work to fix our platform. All right.
Genesis 19, where you want me to start?
Verse 23. We're going straight to the point.
Genesis chapter 19, verse 23. The sun was risen up the earth when Lot entered into Zoar. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. So the true fireworks came forth from the Lord, who rained down fire and brimstone, okay, upon Sodom and Gomorrah for the iniquity that was being taken place there, the evils that was being taken place there. Okay, he destroyed Sodom, Gomorrah, and 5 cities, 5 other cities. This the fireworks we're looking for. Y'all popping stuff in the air now. We looking for the Most High to rain down this fire, man.
Okay, we're looking for the fire to be rained down. You should, not shooting up things, okay, to try to ward off the Most High in his dealings. Okay, because that fireworks goes into the creation of rockets. Because the ideology of the firework and it shooting into space, that brought forth rockets, okay, which brought forth the Star Wars programs and things of that nature. It goes deep, man. It goes deep. So the rock, well, the bamboo being thrown into fire here in the pot. Then you have the gunpowder added to it, so it can elevate it. Then it began to be shot into the air. Okay. Then rockets were created. It's a timeline of you know what I'm saying, how these things make sense. I looked that thing up. Okay, because the idea of the rocket came from the fireworks being shot into the air. All right. Y'all do y'all research, man. Do y'all research, especially with your family. I seen one of my family members, man, bought truckloads of fireworks. I'm talking about filled the whole damn vehicle of fireworks, man. I'm like, what the hell is this? This is crazy. They worship, they know not what. They don't know what they worship, man. Don't even know that they're worshiping something. Don't even know what they're partaking in. Ignorance is bliss to our people. It's bliss. Okay. Read on.
And he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the city and that which grew upon the ground.
So everything was destroyed. The livestock, the children, the herds, the veggies, everything that was on the ground, upon the ground. Everything was destroyed, man. Everything was destroyed. How was it destroyed? The God of heaven. What are they popping fireworks to do? Try to ward off the spirits of heaven. Okay? So they're trying to fight back. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Okay? From there, let's go to Psalms 105. Psalms 105. Start at verse 1, bro.
Chapter 105 and verse 1. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord. Call upon his name. Make known his deeds among the people. Sing unto him. Sing psalms unto him. Talk ye of all his wondrous works.
So we're to speak about all his wondrous works. Make his deeds known among the people, among everybody. This is supposed to be our songs. Making the deeds of the Lord known amongst everybody. The Exodus, that got to be known amongst everybody. Sodom and Gomorrah got to be known amongst everybody. The flood got to be known amongst everybody. The destruction of the nations for the redemption of the children of Israel got to be known amongst everybody. Okay? The Lord going before us in battle, destroying many nations, destroying nations before us. That got to be known amongst everybody. Read.
Glory ye in his holy name. Let the heart of them rejoice that seek the Lord. Seek the Lord in his strength. Seek his face evermore. Remember his marvelous works that he hath done, his wonders and the judgments of his mouth.
So we gotta remember all the works that he's done, so that we don't forget, and we remind the nations who's God. Okay, we remind the nation who's the power. Come on.
O ye seed of Abraham, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen.
Mm-hmm.
He is the Lord our God. His judgments are in all the earth.
His judgments are in all the earth. All nations are going to feel this judgment. And all his wonderful works that he did against the nations for our sake has to be made known. Come on.
He had remembered his covenant forever, the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations, which covenant he made with Abraham and his oath unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant, saying unto thee will I give the land of Canaan and the lot of your inheritance. When they were but a few men in number, yea, very few, and strangers in it, they went from one nation to another, from one kingdom to another people.
So we were strangers in his land. So we were strangers in his land. And it says, and we went from one nation to another. We were sold into slavery under one nation to another, and from one kingdom to another people. So we were sold and given into slavery from one people here, one nation there, one kingdom here. Okay? And we were strangers in those lands. All right? So the heathen aren't the only ones called strangers. That's what I want y'all to understand. We were strangers in that land as well, in those lands as well. Come on.
He suffered no man to do them wrong, yet he reproved kings for their sake.
So he suffered no man. He gave nobody the right to do us wrong. Okay? He suffered no man to do them wrong. So he made no man do us wrong. Okay? Yea, he reproved kings for their sakes. He killed kings for our sakes. He gave nations as a ransom for our sake. Come on.
Saying, touch not my anointed, and do my prophets no harm.
So this is what he told the nations. Touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm. Don't touch my anointed. Don't deal with my prophets deceitfully. Don't kill my prophets. Come on.
Moreover, he called for a famine upon the land. He broke the whole staff of bread.
So who caused the famine in Egypt? The Lord. Who causes famines upon the earth? The Lord. For our sake. Remember that. For our sake, these famines are caused. Come on.
He sent a man before them, even Joseph, who was sold for a servant, whose feet they hurt with feathers. He had laid in iron, until the time that his word came, and the word of the Lord tried him. So he was tried by the word of the Lord. He had to serve bondage and everything. Okay? The brother was not guilty. The brother was not guilty. The wife of the Pharaoh wanted Joseph, wanted to lay with him. He's like, no, I'm not doing that. This dude treated me all right. I'm not doing this to this man. I'm righteous. That brother remained righteous in that situation and was thrown into jail until the word of the Lord came, until it was time for him to do the will of the Most High. Come on. The king sent and loosed him, even the rulers of the people, and let him go free. He made him lord of his house and ruler of all his substance, to bind his princes at his pleasure, and to teach his senators wisdom. Israel also came into Egypt, and Jacob sojourned in the land of Ham. And he increased his people greatly, and made them stronger than their enemies. So he increased his people and made them stronger than their enemies.
Who was their enemies? Well, the clear and present enemy was the Egyptians. Right? Come on.
He turned their hearts to hate his people, to deal subtly with his servants. He sent Moses his servant and Aaron who he had chosen.
Hey, what's heavy is verse 25. Remember, Pharaoh ain't have no power. The Lord hardened his heart. It says he turned their heart to hate his people, to deal subtly with his servants. So when you read Exodus chapter 1, where the Pharaoh said, let's deal wisely with them, okay, the Spirit came upon them to do so, to hate us, to look around about and say, man, they're plenteous. We got to kill them. We got to destroy them. Come on.
They showed him signs among them and wonders in the land of Ham. He sent darkness and made it dark, and they rebelled not against his word. He turned their waters into blood and slew their fish. The land brought forth frogs in abundance in the chambers of their kings. He spoke, and there came divers sorts of flies and lice in all their coasts.
So what are we going through? We're going through the plagues. We're reading about the plagues right here, right? The plagues that befell Egypt, right? What were the plagues for? Remember, I don't want y'all to forget what we read initially. Jump up. Hold on before we read any further down. Jump up to verse 1.
Verse 1. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord. Call upon his name. Make known his deeds among the people. So we got to call upon the name of the Lord. Make known his deeds among the people. These things got to be known amongst who? Amongst us and amongst everybody on the face of this daggone earth. Why? So they fear.
so that they would fear. Because for a while, when we walked around, people ain't want to mess with the children of Israel. They were scared. They were afraid. It was like, man, that God is fighting for them. You see how they sent their lights over there? You see how you see them frogs over there? You see what happened to their livestock, to their crops? You see what happened to their children? Okay? Did Moab and Ammon know this history? You better believe it. That's why they're shooting fireworks. That's why they're shooting fireworks and firecrackers off to ward these spirits off. All right? Jump back down. Where we at? Verse 27?
Verse 32.
32. Go ahead.
32. He gave them hail for rain and flaming fire in their land.
So he gave them hail and flaming fire in their land. So he put fire and hail together and cast that thing down upon them. That's some damn fireworks. Is it not? That's some fireworks. Hey, that's fireworks if I ain't heard what fireworks was.
That's the fireworks of destruction.
That's some ultimate fireworking right there. All right, read on.
He smote their vines also and their fig trees, and break the trees of their coasts. He spoke, and the locust came, and the caterpillar, and that without number, and did eat up all the herbs in their land, and devoured the fruit of their ground. He smote also all the firstborn in their land, the chief of all their strength. He brought them forth also with silver and gold, and there was not one feeble person among their tribe. Egypt was glad when they departed. The fear of them fell upon them.
Read that again.
Egypt was glad when they departed, for the fear of them fell upon them.
Egypt was, man, they was excited when we departed. Why was Egypt glad when we departed?
Because the Most High was with us, and that by messing with us, they got the wrath of the Most High.
So they learned to fear God real simply, right? They seen the sea open up and allow us to walk through. Y'all gotta remember what's going on here. They seen their armies destroyed like that. They seen their crops destroyed like that. Their children put to death. They seen all these things. Did the nations know about this? Did the whole earth hear about this? Yes. Okay. Where did these things come from? The God of heaven. All right. How do you keep the God of heaven away? Well, Moab thought it. They thought that you can put some bamboo and some fire and pop and a loud pop, ward off the spirit. Then they got crafty and said, let's put some gunpowder in this thing. Okay. And then over the course of time, that craftiness turned into rockets and things of that nature, swords. Okay. But it's not going to work. We know that. But read on.
He spread a cloud for a covering and fire to give light in the night.
So he spread a cloud. It said he spread a cloud for a covering, and fire to give light in the night. So that was that cloud following. Okay. He spread the cloud, and he allowed that thing to bring forth fire to provide light by night to the children of Israel. So to guide us in the wilderness. That's fireworks. That's some doggone firework right there. Go ahead.
The people asked, and he brought quails, and satisfied them with the bread of heaven. He opened the rock, and the water gushed out. They reigned in the dry places like a river. He remembered his holy promise, and Abraham his servant. And he brought forth his people with joy, and his chosen with gladness. He gave them land of the heathens, and they inherited the labors of the people, that they might observe his statutes and keep his laws. Pray ye the Lord. So
praise ye the Lord. All praises. So we understand this history and must make this history known, the true fireworks known amongst our people, so they stop popping off that garbage just outside. Okay. And it says that they might observe his statutes and keep his laws. So all those acts or those actions was done so that we may observe the laws of God. Okay. From there, let's go to Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah real quick. Isaiah 29. Isaiah 29.
Isaiah 29.
And let me see. I want you to read. Start at verse 1.
Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 1. Woe to Ariel, the city where David dwelt.
Mm-hmm.
Add you year to year, let them kill sacrifices. Yet I will distress Ariel, and there shall be heaviness and sorrow. And it shall be unto me as Ariel. And I will camp against thee round about, and will lay siege against thee with a mouth. And I will raise forth against thee.
So raise nations against thee. Come on.
And thou shalt be brought down, and shalt speak out of the ground. And they speech shall be low out of the dust. And thy voice shall be as of one that hath familiar spirit out of the ground. And their speech shall whisper out of the dust. Moreover, the multitude of thy strangers shall be like small dust, and the multitude of the troubled ones
Terrible
shall be
ones.
a shaft. Terrible ones shall be a shaft that passes away. Yea, it shall be an instant, suddenly. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts under thunder, and with earthquakes, and great noise, with storms and tempests, and the flames of devouring fire.
So how is the Lord going to visit? How does the Lord visit us upon this earth?
Thunders, earthquake, great noise, storms, tempests, flames of devouring fire.
So when those things come about, earthquakes, tempests, thunders, flames of devouring fire, when those things come forth, we gotta understand something. That's the Lord visiting us, right? That's the Spirit of the Most High God visiting us. We understand that, right? So if you see Sodom, Gomorrah, and 5 cities being destroyed by fire and brimstone being cast down to the ground to destroy those cities, what comes to mind? What should come to mind?
Lord visiting them.
When Job found that his crops and things of that nature were destroyed, fire rained down from the heavens, what did he say? He knew it was of the Lord, so he wasn't tripping. He knew it was of the Lord.
Take it away.
So I got a question. So if they know that earthquakes, fire, tempests, flaming fire, all those things come from the Lord, where's it coming from? The Lord of hosts, the God of heaven, right? So what are they trying to do in warding them off to have good luck or have success or be good? Popping off these. Hey, they popping off these damn firecrackers, man. You know it's crazy. Think about that for a second. You think you're gonna pop off a firecracker to stop the earthquakes, the tempests, the tsunamis, all them things is of the Lord, man. They popping them things off to have. Remember, it said to have good luck. it said to have good luck too. All right, to ward off evil spirits and good luck. So they're trying to ward off the spirit of the Most High, which they call the evil spirit, and they want good luck or success in their year. So they pop these things off. All right, and that's what our people do. That's what they're doing too, man. They're following suit, doing the same thing, Okay, go to Isaiah 66 real quick. Let's read some more about these fireworks, man.
Isaiah 66.
Start at verse 12.
Verse 12. For thou saith the Lord, behold, I will extend peace to her like a river, and the glory of Gentiles like a flowing stream.
So it says, I will extend peace to her like a river. So peace will come upon us or to us instantly. Okay, without measure, we're going to obtain peace. And it says, in the glory of the Gentiles like a flowing stream. Constantly, we're going to get the glory of the Gentiles. Meaning what? All the best or chiefest of everything that they have, they're going to pay tribute. And it's going to constantly flow in unto us. Read.
Then shall ye suck, which she shall be borne upon by her side, and be dangled upon her knees. As one whom his mother comforted, so I will comfort you, and ye shall be comforted in Jerusalem.
So our comforter is going to comfort us in this day, right? Read on.
And when you see this,
So,
your heart
so,
shall rejoice.
hold on. So when you see these things, when you see the Gentiles bringing their glory unto us like a flowing stream, okay? When we have peace, when we're at peace, when we see these things, come on.
Your heart shall rejoice, and your bones shall flourish like a herb. And the hand of the Lord shall be known towards his servant.
And the hand of the Lord is going to be known unto us. The power of God is going to be known through us. Think about that for a second. When we get peace, how are we going to obtain peace? How are we going to obtain peace? When the nations are destroyed. So their destruction is going to bring forth our peace. Okay? It says, and the glory of the Gentiles like a flowing stream. Their constant tribute that they're going to be bringing forth to us. It's going to be flowing. It's going to be constantly flowing like a stream. Okay? And when we see that, we need to rejoice. We need to rejoice. Come on.
And his indignation towards his enemies.
His hatred towards his enemies. Come on.
For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariot.
Hold on. Stop. Why is he coming with fire and chariots? Why is the Lord coming with fire and chariots? I don't understand. It's talking about us receiving peace, us rejoicing with Jerusalem, us receiving peace like a river, the glory of the Gentiles like a flowing stream. Why is it speaking about this? And then it goes into inflaming fire. It's talking about the Lord coming with fire. Why is that?
The other nations need to be destroyed.
So to obtain these things that we just read about, he got to come with that fire. He got to come and kill something. When we see these things, it says rejoice. He got to come kill something, right? So let's read about the fireworks that got to happen that we need to rejoice at. Read verse 15 again.
For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind.
Mm-hmm.
It will render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire.
So the real fireworks is going to come to render the Lord anger, his fury with flames of fire, his correction with fire. That's the true fireworks right there. That's what we need to be looking for. Be excited about seeing. Oh man, you ain't looking at fireworks, hearing something boom and crackle like, ooh, this is gonna sound a little different. Come on.
For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
So with fire and the sword, that's how the Lord's gonna plead with every piece of flesh that's on this earth. Come on.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many. For us to do what? To obtain peace. Okay? To extend peace to us like a river. And so that the glory of the Gentiles can flow into us like a stream. All right? So that the whole earth, so that we can find comfort. This is how the Lord is going to comfort us. We just read that. It says, as one whom his mother comforteth, so will I comfort you. So we're going to find comfort in their destruction. In the true fireworks, the ultimate fireworks. That's what we should find comfort in. Okay? It says, so will I comfort you, and ye shall be comforted in Jerusalem. This is how we're going to be comforted. Not popping off fireworks because of someone's supposed independence. Not popping off fireworks for someone trying to ward off Nain. Okay? A deity. All right? It's for us to see their destruction and be comforted in that, knowing that we're going to obtain peace. Peace upon this doggone earth. And believe, don't think for 1 second that the nations don't understand this or they don't know. But read on.
They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord. So the nations and those that sanctify themselves, purify themselves in the gardens, beyond one of the trees in the midst, eating swine's flesh. This is talking about our people.
This is talking. Y'all know it's talking about our people, right? It says, and the abomination, so they're eating everything abominable. It says, and the mouse shall be consumed together, said the Lord. So they're going to face the same judgment as the nations. Okay? As the heathens. They're going to face the same judgment. That being slain, being murdered, they're going to get the same, they're going to feel the same fireworks. They're going to feel the same fireworks. Come on.
For I know their works and their thoughts. It shall come that I will gather all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory.
I got a question. On this day today, what's being kindled on grills and what's being eaten in the houses of the people that fire the fireworks?
Swine, all abominations.
All sorts of abominations. You got some crab, you got some swine's flesh, some lobster. I don't know if they're eating mice. Moab over there eating mice. Okay. Eating all sorts of abominable things. In each and every one of these households, I guarantee that's what you find. Everyone is partaking in this custom. Why? Because along with the custom of the fireworks, you also partaking in the doctrine that they bring forth. Remember, they search out iniquity. They do a diligent search. More often than not, when there's a custom here, they attach different customs so that they ensure you're in the midst of iniquity. So not only are you popping off fireworks to deities, but you're also sacrificing or offering swine's flesh. You're eating swine's flesh and other abominable things. They always tack, I'm telling you, they always tack on something extra to keep you in sin. I want y'all to think about every single holiday that they keep here. Everything has multiple iniquities attached to it. Valentine's Day. How many things is attached to that?
They're worshiping idols.
Worshiping idols. Fornication. Fornication tied to chocolate. All that's doctrines. That's doctrines. Okay? That's what they do. They attach every single holiday. I want y'all to examine every single so-called holiday that they have. Every holiday that they have is attached to multiple sins. Think about that. Each and every one of them. Each and every one of them. Okay? Even their day of worship. Their day of worship is attached to multiple sins. If Sunday was their day of rest, why are they still buying and selling? If Sunday was their day of rest, why the hell are they eating pork and all these other things on their day of rest? They're defiling. Listen, every single one of their days is defiled, man. And it ties wickedly to another one of them days. All right? Where we at?
Verse 19.
No, I just wanted 18. Now, from here, let's go to Psalms real quick. Let's go back to Psalms. Let's go to Psalms 97. Start at verse 1.
Psalm chapter 97, verse 1. The Lord reigneth. Let the earth rejoice. Let the multitude of isles be glad thereof. Clouds and darkness are around about him. Righteousness and judgment are the habitation of his throne.
So the Lord reigneth. It says, let the earth rejoice. The earth going to rejoice when the Lord reigns again. They're going to rejoice once there's peace on this earth again. Remember, the scripture says every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess. They got to rejoice. They got to partake in every custom that we have. They got to partake in out the righteous customs of those that have dominion on this earth. Okay, come on.
A fire goeth before him and burn up his enemies around that.
So a fire goeth before him. So them fireworks gonna go before him. Them fireworks gonna go before him, and it's gonna do what?
Burn up his enemies around about.
So we gonna rejoice about that thing, man. When that true fireworks come and burn up his enemies round about him. Come on.
His lightnings enlightened the world, and the earth saw and trembled.
His lightnings what? Enlighten the world. We're going to see lightning all over the daggone place. Brightening, enlightening the world. Come on.
And the earth saw and trembled.
The earth what?
It was melted. The earth saw and trembled.
The earth saw and they trembled. So when that lightning goes forth, when that fire goes forth, the whole earth is going to see that thing and tremble. Okay? Just like Moab saw Sodom and Gomorrah be destroyed. Did they not tremble? Yeah, they was afraid. Their mother, Lot and his daughters, they were afraid. You think Moab didn't get that history? Ammon didn't get that history? You better believe they did. They was conceived because of it. Think about that. They came into existence because of that thing. Those chain of events is no coincidence. It's no coincidence. Come on.
The hills melted like wax at the presence of the Lord.
Wow. The hills going to melt like wax. It's going to be some ultimate fireworks right there. It's going to melt the hills, the mountains like wax. Oh, man. Y'all seen wax melt, right? As soon as the fire touches it, it melts. As soon as that fire, if the fire get near it, it melts. That's how the hills going to, read that again?
The hills melt like wax at the presence of the Lord. At the presence of the Lord of the whole earth.
In the presence of the Lord of the whole earth. He's the Lord of the whole earth. Not just the specific worlds, the different individual worlds. He's the Lord of the whole earth. He created everything. He is everything. Okay? And they're going to see this. They're going to see this. They're going to see that fire. They're going to see the doggone hills melting away. Come on.
The heavens declare his righteousness, and all the people see his glory.
The heavens declare his righteousness. We're going to see these things come from the heavens, bringing forth that judgment. It says, and all the people shall see his glory. All the people are going to see his glory. All the people heard or seen what happened in Egypt. Heard and seen what happened in all the different nations that the Lord destroyed for our sake. They know about that history. Okay? And they're going to know about this final history right here. Come on.
Confounded be all they that serve graven images, that boast themselves of idols. Worship him, all ye gods.
Damn. He said those idols should be worshiping him. Hey, it says, confounded be all they that serve graven images. Our people don't realize or understand that in partaking in these different customs, they're serving graven images. They're serving images. They're serving idols. They are serving idols, unbeknownst to them. In everything that they do, all their so-called holy days, they're serving idols, worshiping idols, or following the doctrines of those idols or ideologies. Come on.
Zion heard and was glad, and the daughters of Judah rejoiced because thy judgment, O Lord. For thou, Lord, art high above all the earth. Thou art exalted afar above all gods. Ye that love the Lord hate evil.
So all ye that love the Lord, you hate evil. You're going to rejoice at the sight of these things. Why? Because you hate evil. And you're going to see all these things be destroyed right in front of your face. And it's going to be it's going to be a day of sorrow for you, but it's going to be a day of rejoicing as well. Okay? Rejoicing because you made it through, and you seeing the evil destroyed right in front of your face. Come on.
He preserveth the soul of his saints. He delivered them out of the hand of the wicked.
Man. So how is he going to preserve the soul of his saints and deliver us out of the hands of the wicked? How is he going to do that? Let me see if y'all paying attention.
With fire.
Wow.
With with them fireworks. With them fireworks. Okay? So it says, ye that love the Lord hate evil. He preserved the soul of his saints. He delivered them out of the hand of the wicked. So for us to be delivered out of the hands of the wicked the Lord got to do that. He got to bring forth the ultimate fireworks, man. He got to bring forth fireworks like this earth ain't never seen before, ever. We ain't seen fireworks like this. When did the Lord melt the hills like wax? Did that happen yet?
Nope.
He ain't brought forth these fireworks like this yet. He waiting for that ultimate day. He waiting for that ultimate date and time to bring that thing forth, man. Okay. Read on.
Light is sown for the righteous, and gladness for the upright in heart. Rejoice in the Lord, ye righteous, and give thanks at the remembrance of his holiness.
So we got to rejoice in the Lord. We got to rejoice in the Lord. And it says, and give thanks at the remembrance of his holiness. The remembrance of his holiness are those acts that he did for our sake. Okay? For him destroying wickedness and destroying evil. All right? For our sake, redeeming us out of the hands of different nations. And that ultimate destruction that's going to come to pass, the ultimate fireworks that's going to be brought forth. When you read Jeremiah 10, and you know, we go here often to speak about Christmas, right? We go there often to talk about Christmas, but it's something way deeper than just Christmas, the celebration of Christmas that's in that thing. Let's go to Jeremiah real quick. I'm almost done. Jeremiah 10.
Jeremiah chapter 10. You want start verse 1?
Start at verse 1. Yeah.
Hear ye the word which the Lord spoken unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
So first and foremost, the first thing that was stated unto us that we must hear and understand and do, right, is not to learn the way of the heathen. So it says, learn not the way of the heathen. That's the first thing that we got to do. That's the same thing as envying not the oppressor and choosing none of their ways. It's the same thing. So first and foremost, we can't learn the way of the heathens. Well, what do the heathens do? On July 4th, what do the heathens do?
They firing on fireworks.
They fire fireworks. What else? Is that it?
They grilling abomination.
They grilling abomination. Is that it?
They're celebrating so-called independence.
They celebrating so-called independence. Okay. What's today?
July.
What's today?
Sabbath.
It's the Sabbath.
Sabbath.
What are they doing today?
Grilling. They cooking.
They defiling the Lord's Sabbath. Y'all see the myriad of different things that's being done?
Yeah.
All the little pockets of iniquity that's being done on this day. Read that verse again.
Thus say the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the heathen. The heathen is cooking on the Lord's Sabbath. Cooking abomination on the Lord's Sabbath. Following the customs of Moab. Firing firecrackers into the air. God said, learn not the way of the heathen. See, we like to come here and talk about Christmas and Christmas solely. No, we got to talk about all the ways of the heathen that we following. All the customs of the heathen that we're partaking in. God said, learn not the way of the heathen. Come on.
And be not dismayed at the sign of heaven.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. Don't be concerned. Don't be disillusioned. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid. When fire and brimstone rain down, don't be afraid of that. Moab afraid of that. That's why they're shooting fireworks in there to try to ward off the spirit. The Bible says, don't be dismayed at the signs of heaven. Okay, come on.
For the heathens are dismayed at them.
The heathens are afraid of the signs of heaven. And they should be. They should be. If you see fire and hell being rained down on people to destroy stuff, I'd be, man, if it was against me, I'd be scared as hell. If that thing was against me. If you see locusts just appear out of nowhere, just destroy all your crops, you got nothing to eat. That's called famine. I'll be afraid, would you not? If I seen frogs just appear out of, man, it's frogs everywhere. You can't hear nothing but ribbit. All you hear is ribbit. That's it. I'll be afraid of that thing. the water source that you have. See, we can't go. See, back in these days, they couldn't go get no Avions or Aquafinas and stuff like that. They couldn't do that. They had to go down to the waterway. Well, now your water turned into blood. How the hell you gonna drink? They ain't got no Brita filters. They can't filter that blood out the water. How they gonna drink? You know, you can only live for so long if you ain't got no water. Bodies start to shut down. It's a terrible sight. Okay? Hey, they should be dismayed at these things. At the God of heaven who bring these things forth. Who bring forth the tempests, the earthquakes, the fire, raining down the fire. They should be afraid of them things. Read on.
For the customs of the people are vain.
The customs. It says the customs of the people are vain. Their customs, the things that they do, their philosophies, their doctrines, their ideologies, all their beliefs, God says that they're vain. They're for nothing. Why? Because they're geared towards worshiping another God. They're geared towards worshiping an idol, a God that does not exist. All right? Their customs are vain. Read.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe.
So one cutteth the tree out of the forest. Remember we read earlier, the fir tree is going to rejoice. The cedar trees, they're going to be excited. Okay? Because no fella's going to come unto them. Come on.
They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammer that move not. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must need be born because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good.
So all the customs are geared towards the fear of the nations of the Most High God. I want y'all to understand that. So they do these different customs. They partake in these different things so that it can ward off the spirit, the evil spirit. It's evil to them. It's good to us. The spirit is good to us. It's evil to them because why? For us to be redeemed, that spirit has to destroy them. So they're fighting against the spirit of the Lord. So they create these vain customs to try to ward off the spirits. As we read earlier about these fireworks. Well, we see what the ultimate firework look like. The Lord raining down that fire upon his earth. Okay? And they popping off fireworks so it can kind of scare the spirits off and they can have good luck for that year. Okay? Their children, their livestock, and their people won't be destroyed. That's why they firing those things off for. So y'all need to remember that, man. And tell your families about that thing. Tell your family about it, man. Hey, y'all need to watch and stop and examine what you're doing and why you're doing what you're doing. Okay? And I pray, you know what I'm saying, brothers and sisters can kind of glean some understanding from the customs of what they're doing today. Not just in the sense of shooting off fireworks for independence and all this other stuff. That's not really the rationale behind that thing. It's to make you, to enchant you. Remember we read that earlier. It's to enchant you to do the same doggone thing. It's to entice you to partake in those things. Because if you keep that one, if you do that one thing, all the other pockets of iniquity that's associated to it, you're going to do that as well. Because you can't have 4th of July without grilling and fireworks. Well, what are you grilling? What are you popping off? What day is that? It's on the Sabbath. Oh, that's interesting. Just keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. I pray y'all got something from the class, man. Do we got any questions? Any questions?
No questions on YouTube, but we can give it a couple of minutes.
Yeah, let's get a little second, man. But we're not to learn any of the ways of the heathens. Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day. What other garbage they got? Earth Day, Labor Day, Veterans Day. All that's idolatry, man. Earth Day, you worshiping the damn earth. That's in worship of the earth. Exaltation of the earth. Come on, man. All right. Any questions? Hey, when the true fireworks come, we're gonna see who gonna be screaming and biting hot dogs. Hey, we're gonna see what they're gonna be doing when those fireworks really start coming, start raining down. I don't see no questions on Facebook. We got any on YouTube?
On YouTube.
All right, brothers and sisters, we're going to go ahead and break bread in honor of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And I pray ain't none of y'all out there popping them things out, man, and partaking in this thing, man. And and your family be trying to trick you into, hey, y'all, you should come over and eat. You should, man. I seen that thing firsthand, man. Family trying to get me to come down, and it's not Thanksgiving. You know, it's during that time, but it's not Thanksgiving. So come on, get you a plate and just, come see the family. Why we can't do it on another day? They shooting off fireworks. Hey, they shooting off firecrackers. You around there with your plate. You eating clean food, but you got your plate and they popping off firecrackers and all this other stuff. Thomas, it ain't 4th of July. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, all right. Hey, you partaking in that thing. Y'all better stop playing with y'all family, man. They gonna get y'all killed. I'm telling you. Your immediate family gonna try to get y'all killed. Let me go get my wine real quick. All right. All right, let's go and break bread, brothers. Sisters, brothers and sisters.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 23. I have received of the Lord that which also I deliver unto you, that the Lord Jesus, the same night in which he was betrayed, took bread. When he had given thanks, he brake it and said, take, eat, this is my body, which is broken for you. This do in remembrance of me. After the same manner also he took the cup, when he had supped, saying, this cup is a New Testament in my blood. This do ye as often as you drink it in remembrance of me. For as often as you eat this bread and drink this cup, you do show the Lord death till he comes. Therefore, whoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of the Lord unworthily shall be guilty of the body and the blood of the Lord. But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup. But he that eateth and drinketh unworthily, eating and drinking damnation to himself, not discern the Lord's body. For this cause many are weak and sickly among you, and many sleep. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Shalom, brother Salathia. It's all praise to the Father and Son for the understanding of the true nature for this day. Hey, we got to examine all these days, brother. All praise to the Most High. Wonderful lesson, brother. These folly days. I like that. These folly days. Hey, I'm gonna have to steal that shit. I'm gonna have to steal that. These folly days. These folly days have so many hidden meanings. Exactly. It's so many meanings. I'm telling you, it's so many different pockets of iniquity in these holidays. Y'all gotta really pay close attention to this thing. Shalom, brother Ben Roy. Shalom, shalom. Sister Tovah. Shalom, happy Sabbath to my Israelite brothers and sisters. Shalom, happy Sabbath to you as well, sis. It's a great class, great correlation regarding fireworks and all the nation's wicked days. All praise to you. Hey, that's how we gotta understand these devices that's against us. All these things are against us, man. Even the things that we may feel is innocent, we gotta dig deep and find out the true meaning behind it. Because on the surface level, you look at a firework or firecracker and say, it's just a fire. You just pop it off. It's just for entertainment. It's just for fun. These things got hidden meanings. They got, it's agendas behind all these things, all these pieces of entertainment. It's agendas behind those things, man. Okay, all their holidays, all the folly days. I like that thing. I'm gonna use that. Them folly days. All praises. Great edified class, brothers. All praise Shema. Good to see you on, sis. All right, well, hey, if y'all have anything for us throughout the course of the week, y'all got any questions, prayer requests, anything, y'all let us know, man. Let us know. Hit us up at info@heirsofisrael.org. We got our flyers. Got the brand new flyers out there. If you're in the Facebook group or on the actual groups, the internal groups, you should have them. If you don't, hit us up at info@heirsofisrael so you can get some flyers. All right. If you want to be added to the internal groups amongst the people, let me know. There'll be registration. Sign up for the Facebook group, the Heirs of Israel Facebook group, and registration documentation will be presented there. Actually, we'll go ahead and put that forth today. For those that want to come on internally, not just watch, but come and put their hand to the plow and help us push this truth to the four corners of the earth. All right. But yeah, hey, enjoy the rest of y'all Sabbath, man. Pray y'all got some understanding, some edification, something extra that you can, add to your 4th of July understanding or your folly day understandings. Okay. And with that, we say shalom, family. Peace and blessings. Love you all. Get in the spirit. All right. Stay in the spirit and endure this walk. All right.
Shalom, Israel. Most High in Christ bless.